Yes. So once you create a child object and you can call the child class method. So now we are going to create a parent class object. So you can create a parent class object. So now if I call, okay, if I call, you can see the observation. So once you see a parent class object, so we can access only parent class methods. Okay, the amount and login. So this amount and logins are existing on the parent class methods. So you can see a print method and a login method. Okay, so which means we can access that parent login. So I want to use parent login. We can use the like this. For coming to child class, don't confuse again. I'm coming back to here. So now we can see that I can see that login of we don't know which is whether it is a child one or parent one, and print method is a super like the parent one, and test one method is a child method. So which means even though it is a four methods, but we can see that runtime will decide which one, which login, parent login or child login. So let's see again login function. So now this time damn sure. So it will be executed. It will be executed for parent parent log. So there is a no doubt at all because let me run this one and you can see. So there is a one more way, and usually we used to do in the Selenium and Playwright. So let me show you that. So now, write that parent class. So please read this one. Parent class object reference. Parent class object reference is pointing to. Okay, is pointing to child class object. Child class objects. Okay, so what is a parent class reference? Parent P small reference is equal to new of child class object. So child class object. So you see, so now the above these first three statements are very very important. Uh, Let me highlight this. So now directed child class object. Okay, we are creating a child class object and child class reference. Okay, this is the reference, and this is a object creation. Okay, you know, right? So the new child class and the constructor is object. So what are the reference? The child reference only. And now coming to here as well, it is a parent class object and parent class references. So parent class references. So these two are parent class references and it is a parent class method. Now here you can see, so it is a kind of different approach. Okay, so now here, so it is a child class object. Okay, it is a child class object, but references are parent. Okay, references are parent, but actually it is a child class object only, but references are parent. So what is the benefit, and we can see, and which class method will be executed. So if you declare this way, what is the benefit? Let's see that. Okay, so now you can see. So login method. So now which login method will run? Can anyone explain this one? Which login? This is the interview question. Which login? Which login method will be like which login in the sense parent class login will execute or child class login will execute. So that will be decided based on the runtime. Okay. So after creating an object, whether it is a parent one or child one. So this is the kind of a runtime polymorphism. So basically, it is a child object, even though it is referencing parent one. So it will execute for child only. So which will decide that by saying that it is a parent login, we are think that it is a parent login, but so it will execute a child because so the child object is created, but reference is a parent one. Okay, if you create like this, we can use parent one and child one, so something like okay. So that is what. So that is the case in Selenium, right? So web driver, okay, web driver small driver equal to okay new new Firefox driver or new Chrome driver. Okay, so now here the class is pointing to super, and the parent subclass, for example, and it is mapping to parent one, something like that. Okay. So even though that Chrome related data only, that methods only executed. Okay. So this is the one, and we cannot create another way like child class. Let me show you that as well. Child class references does not point to parent, so which is not defined. So it will throw the error. This way is not there. Okay. So no, not at all. We cannot create a object of parent, and we cannot assign the child object reference. Okay. Yeah. So this is the way, like runtime which can decide that which method to be executed. So that is called runtime polymorphism. Whether it is a parent class login or child class login, based on the references, based on the object references, basically based on the object which will be decided that overriding methods. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay. The next topic is abstraction. It is also very, very important, and I think this is the last one. I think in that OOPS concept. Okay. So abstraction is nothing but hiding the data. Basically, we are hiding the some data to our end users. So what does this mean is in a layman way I will explain. So then we can go back to our technical stuff. Okay. So now we have a ATM, right? ATM. Everybody aware of that ATM. So what are the ATM functionality? ATM functionalities. Okay. So we can deposit. So this is a new way. We can deposit the amount or we can withdraw the amount. Okay. So I'll withdraw the amount and check the balance check, right? So balance check and change that password, something like. Okay. Change that username, password, or password data, right? So these are the functionalities, right? So anybody explain that train does? No, right? Nothing, right? Just we are one-time usage, like by user interface. Okay, by user interface we come to know, okay, this is the place where we can insert our card, and once you insert that, we can set that our pin, and we can, by seeing that visual, by seeing that UI, that functionalities like withdraw functionality, withdraw button, or balance check button. So based on that user navigations, we will graphical user interface, we come to know the transaction about the ATM. But we are not bothered about exact implementation, how it works, that withdraw functionality. So that means the ATM, who designed the ATM, so they are hiding that actual functionality. Okay, so they are hiding the actual functionality. So they don't want to expose that implementation. They expose only the user interface to usage of users, something like. Okay, so that is the point of view of layman. And coming to the technical wise, so to implement this one, so your process, right? You are hiding your process. So what are the transaction has been done for withdraw? How the logic is performed? That is, we are hiding to the end users. Okay, so just we are providing the functionality. Okay, usage. So we are giving the usage. So how do we achieve this one? For the abstraction will be achieved by abstract classes and interfaces. Okay, abstract classes and interfaces. Correct? Yeah. So my fault. I think I did not delete it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let me see this one. Yeah. So here, how do we achieve this abstract classes and interfaces? Okay. So as we know, abstraction is achieved by using abstract classes and interface, right? So how do we achieve? Okay. So to do that, I will explain some concept of methods. Okay. So what is a method declaration? Usually we saw many methods till now, right? Method, I'm telling method, right? So now you can see that a test method, test M1 method, okay, test M1 method, and this method is implemented, okay. So this method is implemented, sysout system.println for the example, okay. So this is a method, and which is implemented some print statement, okay. So we call it as a concrete method, okay, or instance method, okay, concrete method or instance method. When you say when this method have a body, okay, when you say a method having a body, so when you say body, there is a flower bracket and the start and ends, and within that there is a logic, okay. So when you say that the method is implemented, okay, so when you say that the method is implemented, so the followed by the method syntax, and there is a flower bracket and starting with and ending with, in between there is a method logic has been implemented, and this kind of method we call as a concrete method. So there is another type of method. Let me declare that and explain. Okay. So there is a method called public, 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 public void test m2 method, test m2 method, and immediately followed by a semicolon. Okay. So there is a after this particular implementation, yeah, immediately there is a semicolon. So which means there is a no flower bracket and there is a no ending starting flower bracket. There is a no logic has been there for this particular method for M2. Okay. So actual method syntax till now we saw this kind of methods only. So now this kind of methods also there, and we call it as a abstract method. Okay, this type of methods we call as a abstract methods. Abstract methods or abstract method. When you say abstract method, a method, okay, a method does not have implementation, okay, does not have implementation. So what is the implementation? Implementation in the sense, so there is a no method body, no method body, okay, no body is not there, just ending with the semicolon, no method body, okay. So that is what is not implemented. So those kind of method we can call as a abstract method, okay. So when we create such kind of methods, okay, so when we create such kind of method, right? So while developing, sometime there are multiple functionality, but some functionality is ready to implement. Some functionality may not be not clear about the requirement. Sometime, okay, we don't know the requirement to how to do it, but we know we must do it. Something like so. That time we used to do that. We create a abstract methods. Okay, we create abstract methods. So once we create a method, so then later point of time, like later point of time, or I or my team member will give the definition, okay, will give some logic later point of time, okay. But as of now, I don't know how to implement this particular m2 logic, but I have to declare as an abstract method, okay. So when you declare the abstract method, but we don't know the functionality, but later point of time we need to implement it. So such kind of scenario we have. So that time we can add this method in a class, this one, okay. Whenever the method is end with semicolon, okay. So whenever the method is end with semicolon, I told you it is abstract method. So when your abstract method is there, explicitly we have to write here the code that keyword as a abstract. So let me declare the exact method of public void and abstract keyword in Java and void and m2 method. So this is the exact syntax of the abstract method. Okay, this is the exact syntax for abstract method. Okay, so as we know, right, where we can declare these methods. Okay, so in Java class, right? In Java class. Suppose let's declare one Java class. Okay. Suppose class A. Okay, class A, and there are two methods. Okay. So one is a normal method, public void test m1 test m1 method, and which has some implementation. So that is a system dot println of hello. And there is another method, Okay, there is another method, public void and test m2 method, and does not have a no implementation. So does not have implementation, no implementation. So we can better to way we need to add abstract keyword here. Okay, abstract keyword here. So whenever a class can have one or more abstract methods. Okay, when this class having a abstract methods. Okay, so right now one abstract method is there, one normal method is there. Whenever this abstract method is there, okay, at least one or more. If you have the class, automatically the class also abstract. It must be declared. Okay, so there are some kind of abilities about abstract class we learn, but the rule you have to remember. Okay, so when this particular class having a member, one member, so member in the sense method, right? So when this member, okay, this particular method have a abstract, automatically this class also a abstract. So that is a Java rule. And what is the purpose of abstract class? We will see that. I will show you the rules, regulations, but you need to define that. So the first one is a class contain one abstract class. Automatically, this class must be abstract. That is the first rule. Sometimes the class, even though the class does not contain, but a user can explicitly create a abstract class. That's second rule. Okay, this is the second rule. So forcefully, it will be abstract, even though that abstract method is not there. Okay, that is second rule. But first rule is when you say default abstract classes, so there is a one or more abstract method is holding that class, and that class automatically a abstract class. Right. Yeah. Let's see the rules. Yeah. So abstract class, right? A Java class which contains abstract keyword it declares is known as abstracts. Okay, what are the rules basically? So here you can see mm, the abstract class, right? Abstract class may or may not contain abstract method. What is abstract method? We learn a method without body. Okay, a methods without body. So just you can declare public void git, and there is an end with the semicolon. Please remember that. Okay. So if a class has at least one abstract method, okay, one abstract method, then automatically we must declare that abstract class. Before the class, how to declare abstract keyword. Okay, and abstract class declare once you declare abstract class, you cannot you cannot be instantiate. So what does mean? You cannot create an object. So why we will not create, right? Already this class this method implementation is not there, and what is the purpose of initializing something like okay? And so the abstract class can inherit to another class. Okay, so you see, a abstract class can extend another class, and that which suppose that particular subclass should implement this particular method. Okay, let me show you in detail, no problem. And so inheritor class must be provided the implementation. So let's see that rules. Okay, let me create a one kind of abstract class and we'll see. Yeah, let's go to this. Yeah, let me create a one. Um, what is that? Yeah, test class. Now, so let me create a concrete method. So public void. Okay, public void test one method, and which has some implementation. Test one method. Let me create another method, and it does not contain any implementation into method. It just simply and with the semicolon. So whenever you end with semicolon, it says that missing body, okay, missing method body, or a declared abstract. You see, there are kind of rules here. Okay, so either you can add a method body. So there are three options here. So this error is, we are suggesting the error is, boss, you are missing the body of the method. So in Java, we have to provide it. If you does not have body of the method, you just declare a abstract keyword. Okay, or you can add a body by providing this link. Okay, default body will come. Okay, so let me go back. So now we can uh, take that as second solution. So we can declare the abstract keyword. Okay. So here you see right now after adding abstract keyword automatically. Okay. What is this one? Yeah. Now you can see. So abstract. Yeah. So now you can see there is a one more error. After changing this one, there is one more error. What is saying that abstract method in non-abstract class. Okay. Boss, you created an abstract method, but your class is a non-abstract method, non-abstract class. Sorry. Yeah, let me correct it. So my abstract method is having a non-abstract class. It is a non-abstract class. The class's type is non-abstract, but my method is abstract method. I told you that the rule. Whenever you have one or more abstract methods, then automatically the class must be abstract class. So that is the case. Now you can create an abstract keyword here. Okay. So now what type of class it is? It is not a normal class. It is an abstract class. So when you have the keyword in that abstract, okay. So normal class syntax is normal class syntax. Please don't confuse, and it is very pretty much important in the interview standpoint. So you can see that. So public class name, class keyword, and followed by class name. So this is a non-abstract class or a normal class. So when you say abstract class, so there is a, let me add it here, abstract keyword. Now it is abstract class. How do I say? So there is an abstract keyword in that method syntax, sorry, class syntax. So here you can see public, there is abstract keyword followed by a class and class name. So this class is an abstract class. Okay. And another rule is whenever you have abstract class, right, you cannot create an object. So let me create object here. So test class equal to new test class. You see, there is no constructor. Let's see that test class. You cannot create an object. That is a rule of here. Let me show you that. Yeah. If the class is declared as abstract class, you cannot instantiate it. Okay, you cannot be instantiated object. You cannot create an object. Okay, yes, you cannot create object. So now what we can do? So we can take a one more class, right? So let me create a my class test2 class, test2 class. Okay, and which extends. Okay, which extends of test class. And so you see inheritance. So right now you can see that. So use the abstract class. Okay, you have to inherit from another class and provide the abstract method implementation. So whenever you say the extend keyword of the particular abstract class, so automatically it says that you have to provide your implementation. So the test2 method does not have implementation. Now you can give it here. Okay, so you see override. So now here providing what is the abstract class in that test class. Test class is a M2 method is not no implementation. So here in a test2 class, we are providing the implementation. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, yeah. Now you can call this method create object of child class, and you can call the parent class method as well. So that is as we know the rule of in inheritance. Okay, yeah, yes. So we have provided the methods. Okay. So if there is one more point here. So inheritance abstract class, we have to provide the all the implementation. Suppose it is one more thing. Suppose the test class, right? This test class is an abstract class and having a one or more. Suppose I'm adding a one more method, M3. So these two methods are abstract methods. Okay, and the child method, child class, right? The test two class is in extended out to test. Okay, test class. So now we gave one implementation. Generally, we used to give that two implementation because I corrected, right? I updated one more, like two methods, like test M2 and M3. So if I give like, okay, fine. So implementation of M2 method and implementation of M3 method. Suppose if in case, if we, I still I'm not sure about this test M3 method implementation. Okay, now throwing the error because when you extend that, right, parent level methods also inherited, right? So there is a one parent level method, unimplemented method is implemented. There is a one more method has to implement, which means it is a still abstract method. So whenever you, even though if you extended the parent to child relationship and the parent class, one of the method implementation is still pending, then automatically the current class also must be declared the abstract. That is the rule. Okay. So here the parent class, test class having a two unimplemented methods, M2 and M3. But this test2 class as a child class is extended and implemented one of the method. Still pending with the another method M3. So even though M3 method is the abstract method. So whenever we don't know the implementation, but we cannot say this class, this new class is not a normal class, it also a abstract class. Because still after extending, you are not implementing one of the method of parent. Okay, we are not overriding the parent. So then automatically it should be a abstract class. So that is what the rule. If you inherit the abstract class, if you have to provide implementation of all the abstract method, if one of the abstract method implementation is not provided, then automatically the current class also a abstract class. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on to the another topic called interface. Okay. So interface topic is a very important that we used to use in our framework level. These two topics, abstract class and interfaces, are used in our framework level. Okay. Yeah. Let me complete that. Okay. So as we know, right, why we came from interface because of we are hiding the abstraction. Okay, we are hiding the data to the end user. Okay, so already we learned the abstract classes, right? Some rules and regulations. Similarly, we have this particular interface also. So there are abstract method. So what is meant by abstract method? Method without a body. Okay, so if you declare an interface in Java, you have to follow these two kind of things. So all method must be a abstract method. Okay, when you declare a method, it should be an abstract method, and you can declare a public static final variables only. So which means in terms of abstract class, you can declare any kind of variable. So which means how the normal class we can create a variables like empty, float, double, something like. But here in interface, if you declare a variable, that should be final static public keyword only. So in our class level, you can declare private, public, and protected. So, but here it is a public static final variable only, right? So this is what. And next is interface also will achieve that easy relationship. Easy relationship in the sense a kind of inheritance. Okay, yeah, and so there is a drawback in that class level multiple inheritance, right? Multiple inheritance where I think polymorphism section. I think. So where is that? Yeah. So dynamic polymorphism, not sorry, the inheritance. What is the inheritance? Yeah. So here, a multiple inheritance is not allowed in Java. Okay. So how do we achieve this one is by using interface. Okay. Interface by using interface we can achieve that multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. So that's what here. Mm, to achieve that abstraction and the multiple inheritance in Java. So we can go for the interface, and there is a relationship between the like is a relationship in inheritance, right? And this story is belongs to like Java 1.8. It is a traditional, but in new Java. So let's we declare that a syntax and we'll come back. Okay. So now, if I create an interface, what is the syntax? Syntax is interface is a keyword, public. Okay. So generally till now we have written like a test something, test class, something. Okay. So now this is a class syntax. Now interface syntax is public, and there is a keyword called interface and the interface name. Okay, test A. So this is the differences of the class and interface is so this keyword. The keyword is different. Here is a class keyword for class and interface keyword for interface. Okay, so that is the different. And in in particular interface level, right? I told you in the interface level we can create a abstract method. Okay, so abstract methods, and there is a public static final variable. That's it. Okay. So as we know, what is the abstract method? It is a full of abstract method. So in the abstract class, it can be partial, but here the interface is full of abstract methods. Means all abstract methods only. So whenever you say abstract method, it does not have body. Okay? So we provide the implementation. This class will provide implement this particular interface. Okay. So that's what it is. The definition of that one. Now, till this definition for Java 7, 1.7 of Java 7. So after some backup compatibility and we are going for some functional standpoint of programming. So they introduce like the few enhancement on the interface. Okay, from backup compatibility. Okay, Java 8 which support a default static methods. Okay, a default static method which have some body. Okay, which have some body, right? Which have some body. And there's some implementation. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, so now let's see that one more addition of extended of Java 8. Okay, 1.8. So we can declare default and static methods, and which contains body. Okay, which contain body implementation method body. So earlier Java 1.7 there is no body. Any method it should be abstract only. But in Java 8 it has some few methods which contain a body, and there is a standard derivation default keyword. Default and static keyword must be there in the method. So those kind of methods only have body, and it also has a 1.7 feature, abstract methods and as well as final static variables. Okay. Yeah. So the rules of the interfaces totally it is 100% abstract, and yes. Okay. Anything is there? Yeah. Let me create a one example that. But who will implement? I will also explain here. So let me create a one interface. You see, here in the option of IntelliJ, you can see that the kind of options interface. Okay. So till now we used to select this class at the data class only, but now interface I symbol is there. Okay, so let's see that. If I select interface and I will give the name, and my interface name is test interface, and you can see that definition. Public interface is a keyword, and the test interface is a name. Okay, public and static, final. So final and public static, into public static final into minimum balance. Yeah, minimum balance. It is like the 5,000 for HDFC. So it will not change in the any rule. It is a minimum basic rule. So whenever you have start constant variable, you can declare it. Okay, whenever you have constant variable. Now you can declare a public void, and the method is test1, for example. Test1 method. Okay, and test2 method. Test2 method. Okay, and there is a default method, right? Default void test. Okay, so this method has some implementation. So about two examples for the 7. Okay, this till now it is 7, and these are the 8. Okay, default method, and also starting method. Let's see that one more method. Starting void test 4. Yes. Okay. So now this is the difference. Okay. So there are a lot of stories, but I'm giving some kind of rules. But you can go through that and let me know. Okay. So till now, this two rules, right? Only abstract method. This is abstract method. How do I say abstract method? No method body. And in the interface level, you no need to declare the keyword called abstract. So here I told you, right, in the class level, you have to create. You have to specifically mention that the if a method does not have body, it is abstract. In the class level. Coming to the interface level, you don't need to explicitly declare it automatically by default it is abstract. Okay. So and these are the new implementation for Java 8 1.8. The one is Java 1.0. Okay. Yes. Then who will give this definition? Like so, what we can do? So we'll there is a way we can create a one class test implement. Okay, test implement interface or the class name. Okay, so this class will implement that unimplement methods. The keyword called implements. Okay, a class is